Tonight, before you fall asleep, your brain will process dozens of small fabrications. Roughly 1 in 5 social interactions involves some form of intentional deception. We treat deception as a modern moral failing. But what if it is actually the mechanism that built human civilization? Deep in our evolutionary past, every hominid spoke the absolute truth. Their vocalizations were simple, direct, and entirely literal. A growl meant danger. A grunt meant food. There was no space for fiction in a world governed by immediate survival. Animals cannot fabricate a reality that does not exist. A dog cannot bark to tell you it ate your shoe yesterday when it did not. But then, everything changed. Somewhere around 150,000 years ago, a biological shift occurred. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar discovered a direct link between brain size and social group limits. As human tribes grew larger, physical grooming was no longer enough to maintain social bonds. We needed a new tool. We needed language. With complex language came the ability to speak about things not present. We could talk about the mammoth over the hill. We could talk about the storm coming tomorrow. And then, a nameless individual realized something profound. If language can describe things that are not present, it can also describe things that do not exist. Imagine a cold evening in the Pleistocene epoch. A small band of hunter-gatherers huddles around a dying fire. One hunter returns from the dark empty-handed. He faced no predators. He simply failed the hunt. But as the tribe looks at him with judgment, he opens his mouth. He utters a sequence of sounds that constructs an entirely imaginary cave bear. He tells them the beast blocked his path. He describes its massive claws. The tribe listens in absolute terror. They do not doubt him. Why would they? Up until this exact moment, every spoken word in human history had been a direct mirror of reality. The concept of a deliberate untruth did not even exist. This single hunter had just discovered the ultimate evolutionary cheat code. He protected his social status without physical effort. He manipulated the neural pathways of his peers using nothing but vibrating air. Did this first deception tear the tribe apart? Surprisingly, evolutionary biologists argue the exact opposite. Psychologist Richard Byrne coined the Machiavellian intelligence hypothesis to explain this exact transition. He discovered that primates with larger neocortexes engage in more tactical deception. Deception requires an advanced cognitive ability called theory of mind. To deceive you, I must first understand exactly what you believe. I must then calculate what you will believe if I give you false data. Is it possible that the birth of the lie was actually the birth of higher human intelligence? Consider the immense computational power required to maintain a falsehood. You must remember the truth. You must construct the fiction. You must ensure the fiction aligns perfectly with every future event. The brain had to grow larger just to keep track of its own inventions. Soon, the single lie evolved into shared myths. We began telling stories about invisible spirits in the sky. We created fictional concepts like borders, currency, and laws. These are all grand fabrications that exist only because we collectively agree to believe them. Without that first nameless liar by the prehistoric fire, we would have no fiction. We would have no theater, no literature, no currency, and no nations. We are not the species that speaks. We are the species that imagines. We built the entire modern world on a foundation of managed illusions. Every structure around you relies on human beings believing in things they cannot see, touch, or verify. Tonight, when you tell a polite falsehood to protect someone's feelings, you are not committing a modern sin. You are exercising the exact cognitive superpower that saved our ancestors from the brink of extinction. But it leaves us with a chilling question. If our entire civilization is built upon the invention of fiction, how do we know which parts of our reality are actually true?